Tesla built a truck out of the same steel used in rockets, and it might be the design's biggest mistake. Every panel on this truck is cold-rolled stainless steel, the same alloy SpaceX once considered for Starship. Tesla calls it unbreakable, but owners are already learning what unbreakable really costs to fix, and it's not the price tag you'd expect. This matters because Tesla sold the Cybertruck as the toughest pickup ever built, a promise buyers are paying up to $100,000 to believe. If that promise doesn't hold up in driveways and job sites, it changes how much trust you should put in every future-proof claim across the entire electric pickup truck category, not just this one. The 2026 Tesla Cybertruck comes in 3 configurations: long-range, all-wheel drive, and the 845 horsepower Cyberbeast, starting near $70,000 and climbing past $99,000. It arrived promising to reinvent the pickup truck the way the Model 3 reinvented the sedan. But the market it's competing in has gotten crowded and cautious, with buyers now asking harder questions about repair costs and whether radical design is worth the trade-off. Here's the counterintuitive part. The one feature everyone associates with toughness might actually be the truck's most expensive weakness. Start with the body. Every stainless steel body panel on the Cybertruck is structural. There's no separate frame hiding underneath, no crumple zone in the traditional sense. That's genuinely different engineering, and Tesla deserves credit for building a production vehicle around an idea most automakers wouldn't touch. But here's the opinion. Nobody at Tesla will say out loud, cold-rolled steel that resists dents also resists repair. A traditional truck with a dented door gets a body shop visit and a new panel. A Cybertruck with a dented panel often needs the entire section replaced, because that steel doesn't bend back the way aluminum does. Owners are already reporting repair estimates that rival a down payment on a used car. Toughness, it turns out, might just be trading one kind of vulnerability for another, and that trade-off barely gets mentioned in the reviews. The Cyberbeast horsepower number, 845, gets all the attention, and a 2.6-second 0 to 60 time in a 6,000-pound truck is genuinely absurd physics. But I'd argue the real engineering win is the base long range, not the Cyberbeast. At 315 horsepower and a 6.2-second sprint, it's the least flashy option and the one that actually makes sense for someone using this as a truck instead of a statement. The Cyberbeast is Tesla proving a point. The long range is Tesla building a product. Most buyers walking into a showroom will default to the middle AWD trim because it splits the difference. 600 horsepower, 4.1 seconds, and a price that doesn't require justifying to your accountant. That's the version this truck was actually designed around. Tesla Cybertruck range tops out at 350 miles on the long-range trim, dropping to 320 on the Cyberbeast, which tracks because horsepower and efficiency have always been enemies. What's more interesting is the 800-volt architecture underneath it, which allows charging speeds up to 325 kilowatts and can add roughly 135 miles in 15 minutes. On paper, that closes the gap with gas trucks almost entirely. In practice, it only works if you're near one of Tesla's newer high-output superchargers, and most of the network still isn't built for it. So the truck is faster than the infrastructure supporting it. That's not really a Cybertruck problem. It's an industry-wide one. But it's the Cybertruck that's stuck absorbing the criticism for a bottleneck it didn't create. On paper, Tesla Cybertruck towing capacity hits 11,000 pounds with a payload of 2,500. Numbers that compete directly with full-size gas trucks, not just other EVs. A 35-degree approach angle and 32 inches of water fording are legitimately serious off-road figures. But towing anything near that maximum drops EV range dramatically, often by half, which most buyers researching the spec sheet never fully register until they're doing it. The adaptive air suspension helps here, raising ground clearance to nearly 17.5 inches when the terrain demands it. My take, this is the most underrated part of the truck. Tesla doesn't market the Cybertruck as a work truck, but mechanically, it's more capable of being one than its reputation suggests. So does the steel actually hold up? Or was that promise always going to crack under real-world use? In the Cybertruck versus F-150 Lightning conversation, this is exactly where the argument gets settled. And it's not where you'd expect. Here's where the honest question lands. Is the Cybertruck worth it? At $69,000 to $99,000, depending on trim, you're paying a premium for a design philosophy, not just a spec sheet. Competing trucks match or beat its towing and payload numbers for less money. What you're actually buying is the 18.5-inch interface, the over-the-air updates, the PowerShare vehicle-to-load capability, and a driving experience that feels closer to a computer than a truck. For some buyers, that's precisely the point. For buyers who just want a reliable work truck, it's a harder sell than Tesla's marketing suggests. Value here isn't about price to performance in the traditional sense. It's about whether you want to own the future or just want to get to the job site. So, does the exoskeleton hold up? Structurally, yes. As a repair strategy, no. The steel resists impact better than almost anything on the road, but that same rigidity means minor damage often costs far more than it would on a traditional Tesla Cybertruck price comparison would suggest. The toughness is real. The convenience of owning it isn't. That's the trade nobody puts in the brochure. If breakdowns like this are more useful than another spec sheet reading, you know where to find more. The Cybertruck isn't really competing with other trucks in Caucasus. It's competing with the idea of what a truck is supposed to be, right down to how it handles Tesla full self-driving on unfamiliar terrain most competitors won't even attempt to map. Whether that bet pays off depends less on the steel and more on how patient the market is willing to be with something this unfamiliar. If you know someone still debating this truck, this is worth sending them before Tesla Cybertruck production 2026 numbers make the decision for them.